I have been asked repeatedly, not just by, by more than one person, but in particular, hi Robin. Robin really desperately wants to know, and I think it's because we have the same skin type and coloring and everything. She wants to know what are my favorite foundations, and I've also been asked what are my favorite primers. So, and I'll tell you what I've told her is, I'm going to go ahead and make this video because I wanted to touch on something about samples. Because, well, you know, you should always get a sample of your foundation. But I've had people ask me, how do I match my foundation? Because my foundation always matches. I'm always matchy underneath here. You know, so how do I make sure that I don't get too dark and whatnot? And so I'm going to tell you at this point in time, this probably is going to change rapidly. I am on the hunt for foundations that I love as much as a couple that are going away. Okay, so one of my very first foundations that I love so much is this, and Lancome discontinued this. This foundation is called Lancome Teint Visionaire. If you've been here since I've ever had a channel, you've seen me do this, I don't know how many times. I would go back and forth between these two foundations. I love them both so much. Why? This is the YSL. Now this is in neutral, buff neutral. And this is in BR30. Okay, so that's what I wear in those shades. I love them for the same, I love the foundations I wear for all the same reasons. Okay, I wear sheer foundations. Dewy sheer foundations are what appeal to me. Okay, so this one here, it had a little concealer on the top with a mirror, which I hardly ever used. It's a pump. My favorite foundations are always going to be a pump. And I just love this foundation. It gave a sheer but beautiful dewy finish, okay? If you like matte, you won't like any foundation I show you because I don't like matte. I like dewy. I want to look dewy and youthful at my age. So if it looks powdery and cakey or matte, I don't like it. So this is getting discontinued. Now, they do have another foundation that I've tried. I've been trying all the different Lancome foundations. There is one, and I can't remember what it's called. I'll insert that here. That's close, but it's not this. I am not paying all that money for that cushion foundation because, quite frankly, this one here from L'Oreal, this is almost the same thing. And a lot less. But this is really stupid unless you just want to carry it in your purse because there's like a half an ounce in here. And it's $16. I think it's like $16 for this thing. Maybe more. Do the math. You could, for an ounce, you could have a high-end foundation. So, you know, I keep it because I like to put it in my purse in case I'm going anywhere for a touch-up or I have to do my makeup on the go. That's really good for that, but other than that, no. But I mean, I have actually shed tears that they were getting rid of this foundation. Right after I found out they were getting, but I was like, it's okay, you still have your YSL. And then right after that, I found out that they were getting rid of this too. They were replacing it with a new and improved version. And I did a video on that, and I'll link it there. A side-by-side comparison. And actually, the new version is better than this. And as soon as I use this completely up, which I had quite a bit of it, so as soon as I use this completely up, because I'm not going to throw this out, it does good. Side by side, you could tell a difference, but it does good all by itself, okay? So I'm just not going to throw this in the trash. There you go. All right, so as soon as this is gone, I will go get the new one, which is Radiance Awakening. So that would be my first recommendation, is that I've really not found a foundation from Lancome, and that's fine, because I'm kind of mad at Lancome right now. So, all right, but that was it. If you can find this somewhere in your color, snag it up. It's discontinued though, so if you love it, you won't be getting it anymore. All right, so, but because I haven't actually bought a bottle of the other, I don't know. It was a sample. So now, let's take a break and talk about that sample thing I wanted to talk about, okay? All right, you know how you get these blister packs or little bottles of foundation like this, you know, or whatever, and you give it a try and you like it? I can't tell you how many times, or in the little packets you tear open and use, I can't tell you how many foundations that I have bought because I loved this, the way it looked. But when I got the actual foundation, it didn't do anything like that, and that's why this is up here. This foundation, I showed you guys, I did a review, I'll link there, to the Rainforest Stuff, okay? And one of those was this, light neutral. I loved the way this foundation looked from this blister pack, okay? So I got a spare one of these. And I was going to send this to somebody when I sent them stuff, you know, on giveaways. Sometimes I like to include samples if I have them. And I was going to send this to them, and I decided not to do that because after I bought this foundation does not behave the way this did. I actually don't care for this that much. It's the one I will grab the least. I will use it up. I'll mix it with other things or whatever, but I don't like it. Number one, I haven't met a foundation that comes with a dripper that I like. I had the same issue with the Dior Skin Serum one that was in the dropper. I got a sample of it, tried it, got the actual bottle. Hated that foundation. Gave it away. Let's see. Oh, the Hourglass, Immaculate, whatever. The sample went on beautiful. I looked great. Go get the actual thing. No. Horrible foundation. I gave that one away. So what I recommend is that you go to the actual store and from a tester of actual product bottle, get a sample from it, all right? Don't make a decision off of a blister pack because for me anyway, it's never worked out. So that's my suggestion. So I brought this up here not to show you as a good foundation. I don't like the actual one. So from now on, if I get I don't even try these. There's no point in even trying this because I have had too many bad experiences where I actually bought the product then and it wasn't like this. And so now I'm going to throw that away. That's why I didn't send that out on the last giveaway that I had. I was going to send that out. I sent a mascara instead. And that's why, is because it doesn't behave the same. You might like that, go buy that foundation and have the same experience I did. I wouldn't want that. Okay, so right now, where we're standing then is, I recommend this, the new YSL. Number one choice pick, YSL. So my second choice, second to YSL, for right now anyway, is Lingerie de Peau by Guerlain. I love this. I wear it in an 02 Claire, and it's a fantastic foundation. I love this. Okay, so you're like, Mary, you're showing us all high-end foundations, and we can't afford that. Okay, that's fine. Hang on. I'm getting there. Okay, this is good. I like this. This is the L'Oreal True Match Lumi foundation, and I wear it in C3. I also like the ones that come in the bottle. That L'Oreal, I like that too. Okay, so those two foundations, I alternate. I don't have a problem with one day wearing this. I have videos where I'm wearing this, and you guys have said, "Oh, your skin looks so lovely," or whatever. And this is what I'm wearing. I'm wearing this drugstore foundation. And while we're there, I like this from Maybelline. I like this Dream Velvet. Since we're on drugstore, I like this Dream Velvet foundation. All right, and then I'll show you one more high-end, but you got to be careful. This is Elizabeth Arden, and it is a pan, okay? Don't put this on with a brush. use a beauty blender. This is with this foundation. Some foundations, it comes with like a little sponge. There's a reason why there's a sponge. Okay, this looks terrible on me if I put it on with a brush or my fingers. It looks cakey. It shows every pore I have. But if I use a damp beauty blender, it looks perfectly natural, and I actually like the way it works. But there's a mirror in the compact, so this is a nice foundation that you can take with you. In the bottom is a pretty thick, substantial sponge. It's aerated so that it won't grow mold, I guess. And you can take it with you. It's got the red door on the front. And I would like to try another Elizabeth Arden foundation, the one in the jar with the ceramides. I'd like to try that one next. But, you know, for right now, I am perfectly satisfied until I run out with the foundations that I just showed you. Now, what goes under these foundations also makes a great big difference to me. Some people say that primers make no difference at all, and I would stand up and argue with you until the cows come home. Yes, they do. I haven't wore this underneath like my YSL or anything, but this combo works as good to me, I think, as using the YSL with one of these two primers I'm going to show you. Okay, so here we go. This is the Magic Lumi Light Infusing Primer from L'Oreal, and it's pearly white, and when you rub it in, look at that. It's got a nice little glow to it. This foundation has a glow to it. So when you put the two together, you got some dewiness going on. So I'm liking this foundation. However, my Becca backlight, oh my gosh, I love you so much. I want to marry you. Okay, this has it's the same principle. There's more of it. So, I mean, personally, I would go for the Becca over this. But this will do in a pinch. I really like these two together if you want to go drugstore and have a really nice, dewy, beautiful look. These two will give it to you. All right. Okay, so then since I just showed you that, Becca's backlight primer is to die for. I love this. I grab it every day. Until this came along, though, I was in love with this YSL blurring primer. It's got like these really micro gold. They're gold specks, like little fine micros gold glitter, and that's what it's called. It's called the Touche Clay Blur Primer, and it's silicone, and it has these gold things in it that I've heard people say, but they'll go. It's not really gold specks. They don't go on your face. Yes, they do. Look in a 15 magnification mirror. You probably don't have a reason to be using one of those because you're young, but if you look in that mirror, you'll see gold specks on your face that like flash the light back at you. And underneath the YSL primer, gorgeous. And this, when this came along, I really kind of stopped using this because I love this, but sometimes I mix these two together. Oh, but I would have to say my favorite primer is this Becca Backlighting Primer. All right, now, you know, these two I used to use religiously all the time. Too Faced Primed and Poreless, and I still do love this. I love this more than I like Benefit's Professional. I think it's a better product. I just do. Hang on, I got a sample. They look exactly the same. But for me, this really does make my pores go away. And the Benefit Professional never did. Okay. So if you look at the two together, they look the same. They feel the same. Silicone-y, or whatever, but I don't know what the difference is between them. This always worked better on me. And they make a powder too, that if you take and you put this under your foundation, and when I tell you, don't go like this and rub it around like you would the Becca. Take this and press it into your skin, and then put on your foundation, and then take their powder, the pressed powder that's like this with a wet beauty blender, and put it on there and press into your skin. Pores gone. So these two I put on the same level. I reach for them not very much anymore. Sorry. They're just not as good as the Becca. I like the Becca and the YSL a lot. And that I would actually take the Dream Lumi from L'Oreal over either one of those two too. I know. All right, now the reason that I saved these two for last is this is Lancome's La Base Pro. Now, and this is Hourglass's number 28. Now, this has a eucalyptus-y kind of smell to it, to me. All right, so this stuff is really good, okay? And I bought the little one because I wanted to see if I liked it better than Mineral Veil. Because I really like Mineral Veil. I don't, okay? But what this Lancome one, what this does is like if you took number 28 by Hourglass and their Hourglass's Mineral Veil and you mix them together, then I think this is what you would get. I think that this primer is like those two mixed. It's gorgeous. It does have that silicone-y feel, but there's absolutely no smell to this. But yeah, to me, it's the same as the Hourglass's two primers mixed together. And since we're on this subject of Hourglass, I do want to say I got a sample of this ambient, and I thought for sure I'd love it, especially since it's called Mood Light. This is Ambient Mood Light Light Correcting Primer. Okay, I put this on my face. It's like a BB cream more. When I looked in the magnification mirror, there were like patchy color messes on my face with this. I think it's supposed to be like the Becca, but unlike the Becca, it leaves a tint of patchiness behind, or it did on me anyway. I wiped this off before I put on my foundation. I went with a totally different primer, which really surprises me because I love everything Hourglass ambient. Ambient blushes, ambient powders, love them, have them all. But I don't like this. So that's it. Those are my recommendations at this point. Like I told Robin when she asked me, I'm kind of at a crossroads here, okay? Because I'm hunting. I don't know. I'm mad at Lancome right now. We're kind of having a little fight, so I don't know. But for right now, those are my recommendations for primers and for foundations. So if you're not having a blessed day, I hope you'll go out and be a blessing to somebody else. And until next time, love you, see ya, bye.
Get these, right? These blister packs. Look, all right. The professional lady was down in my lap. Forget I said that. It's got all wonderful things that are wonderful for your stomach. Yeah, these are wonderful for your stomach because you're supposed to eat this. You just open it up and go like a breath spray. Whew, bam. All right, you're on it. Good.